What would you do? I'm caught in a bit of a dilemma, and the day before yesterday, a big boulder came down the side of a mountain. Somehow or other got itself lodged underneath the vehicle, flipped it over, and that's in a previous story. I am now about to leave, and it's only a week away. But I have a vehicle that's been put out of commission, and I'm kind of left stranded. So now I need to wait until the shop can figure out how long it'll take and what all the repairs are that are needed. I need to rent a car so that I have access to transportation while I'm here for the remainder of whatever amount of time that is. And the house I'm in has been sold, and so all of the belongings that are packed up and in there, I need to finish that repacking, get that stuff out of there, and I've got just this week to do it in. And maybe most significant, I have met just a delightful man who is somehow or other has affected me from the inside out. We are connected by heart. We are intuitively communicating and telepathically hearing each other. And this is no ordinary relationship. This is something that I've never met him before. He didn't know me, and we're both having some of the same experiences. So I'm wondering what is going on here, whether I need to spend any more time with him. He doesn't know I'm leaving, and at this point, I guess I'm trying to decide, is it important to tell him? But my inner guidance is kind of saying, yeah, you probably should tell this person. You're both sharing similar feelings. So that's where I'm at. And that night, I guess it was the next day, very good friends of mine whom I met almost the day I set foot in Cody 4 years prior, invited me to supper. And over supper, I'm telling them what has happened in this, whole story. And they are empty nesters. They've got 4 beautiful boys who have all started their families, and offer their whole basement to me for storage while I'm getting it all sorted out, because the stuff has to be out of the house. And so that's, something that's solved, and one little problem, a good sized problem, taken care of. So then it comes to the weekend, and I know I'm having a meal with my friend that I've met, Bob, and I'm agitated on my way to his house. I'm not sure what to say, whether to tell him. I'm thinking I probably should, and I guess it shouldn't matter, if you're friends. And so, at the door, he meets me as usual, takes my coat. We come in, and he hugs me and gives me a glass of wine, but he can see my hand is shaking. I can see him watching, and he finishes getting supper in the oven, and then he takes my hand, and we go into the living room to his big easy chair, where he wants me to sit in his lap so he can hold me. He knows something's going on, and he knows I need comforting. So I sit actually on his footstool, and he's still holding my hand. He doesn't want to let go of it. And so he said, well, what's going on? So I tell him the story. I'm leaving, and I give him the background story of coming here with a set of instructions from Source, and that I didn't know why I was here, any of that, and how I had met this shaman in a lucid dream and had a grizzly bear encounter, and all of that leading up to this, and how I did not know why I have to meet you and leave now. By now I'm crying a little bit. It's like, what is going on with me? This is really, I don't know if you've ever met anybody that you just had this synchronistic or feeling that you've known them before. I felt so connected to him. This was not ordinary at all. And so he listened to the whole story. He knew from the beginning that ours is a, how do you say, extraordinary relationship for two people. We've only known each other like 2 weeks, maybe 3. Short amount of time, 2 weeks, and after several long moments, the other thing that I remember very significantly is there's an electricity. There is a physical, electrical. It's like our energies are merging. There, when we're sitting across from each other, even down there, you can feel electrical impulses running between us, and this envelope of a flow of energy. I don't know how else to describe it. At the time, now I'm more spiritually adept at this point, somewhat. It's taken 30 years, but at the time, I didn't have words for it. I did not know what was going on or to understand really the exchange between us. I only knew that I kept having thoughts of reincarnation. Now, it's not a word. I'd only heard the word, but I did not know really what it meant. I'm going to have to go on. Eventually, I will research it, and I will have an experience of a real experience of reincarnation. But I'm beginning to grow, go a little bit stronger as I finally, all that pent-up energy is being spent, and he allows me that time to be calm. And what he does in the next few moments is speaking really softly, choosing his words. You can see it's really deliberate, and there's so much feeling and passion. And the spark between us was just absolutely incredible. But he says, Mon amour, tu es mon coeur. Je t'aime aujourd'hui, demain es-tu, le jour à venir jusqu'à la fin de temps. And what that means in French, in English, is, my love, you are my heart. I love you today, tomorrow, and for all the tomorrows thereafter, until the very end of time. And just as clearly, lovingly giving, it's like all of who I am to him, I said, et tu es mien, which means, and you are mine. So clearly, we've been connected by something, some other life, by some other place and time, but who knows what, that's hidden from us. And so you tell me, synchronicity? Or is it coincidence that I've met this person? We're going to end up having a little bit more time together, and things will even grow more solid. So I'm Claudia, and these are my stories on my life's journey from clueless to awareness, and I'm glad you've joined me today. I hope you will take the time to make some comments, even go back and look at a couple prior videos I've had. This is such an interesting time in my life, and I'm enjoying the telling of it and remembering all of the different things that are going on. So please like and subscribe. You don't have to get every video, and you just do that by subscribe, but undo the notices, and then you can just come and check periodically. So thank you so much. You know that I love you this much. These arms go all the way around you and around the world, and I want you to love yourself, be good stewards of each other, and be kind, and of this planet. Be good stewards of the planet until I see you again. Be well, Stay safe and be happy. You're way more than you think you are. Thank you for joining me.